Good morning. Welcome to Marketing with Russ, aka hashtag Russ Selfie, and my amazing guest this morning, Tara Gooch, my new friend and an amazing person. You're not going to want to miss it. So share this out with your friends. Let everybody know we're on. Here we go. Do you want to know how amazing people connect? Well, you're in the right place. Welcome to Marketing with Russ, aka hashtag Russ Selfie.
Thanks for connecting. And if you like what you hear, please share.
Special thank you to our sponsors of Marketing with Russ, Extreme Graphics of Albany, Oregon, Suzanne Bodlovic and State Farm Insurance, Haugen's Gallery, and Showing Up Perspectives on Cancer. For more information on Extreme Graphics and their amazing graphic services in Albany, Oregon and the Willamette Valley, go to extremegraphics.com. And for more information on Suzanne Bodlovic and State Farm Insurance and all that they do, go to insurewithsuzanne.com. And for information on Haugen's Gallery and their amazing personal branding photography and portrait studio, go to haugensgallery.com. And finally, for Showing Up Perspectives on Cancer and how they support those going through cancer and their families, go to perspectivesoncancer.com. Music by Connor Hedge and Protestant, used with permission. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Marketing with Russ, aka hashtag Russ Selfie, or whatever time it is where you are. It's morning where I am, but I am so thankful that you're here. We could not do this without you. We need this amazing community every Monday and Thursday, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We go live here and we are ready for you. But guess what? If you're busy and you've got a lot of stuff going on, which I understand so many people are, this then sits on LinkedIn and YouTube forever and Facebook for 30 days. So you go back and watch it. You can share it with your friends. You can communicate with our wonderful, amazing guest, Tara, today, or myself, or the people in the comments forever. And guess what? If you don't have time to watch it, you can also listen on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Amazon, XM Radio, iHeartRadio, Pandora. It goes on and on and on. Pretty much every major podcast platform we're on. So you can listen to us and you can get your lunch ready for your day at work. You can put your makeup on, you go jogging, whatever it is. So many opportunities to watch or to listen. And I would love it if you would like or share and comment, no matter where your favorite platform is. Be so blessed. And if you right now are watching or listening on whatever platform that is, please let us know how you feel about Marketing with Russ and the amazing, amazing guests we have. Such value that we bring to you every Monday, Thursday, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, because I have the most amazing friends. And Tara, a brand new friend, is here today to tell us some amazing things she's doing with her life. And I'm super excited. We're all about connection and community building. I'm a firm believer that connection and community building is the foundation for any good marketing plan, any good business, really any good life. So today we will talk about that in conjunction with all the things she's doing. So we're all about how amazing people connect. And Tara is definitely one of those amazing people. I, of course, love to connect with you. So go to russhedge.com today. If you know my name, there you go. Put a .com on it. You're all good. All the information about me there, including my new book, right back there. Here it is. Life happens, and then you choose. That's right. We have hand motions for all these books. So life happens, and then you choose. That's right. Every day of your life is happening, and you're making choices. So I would encourage you to pick up a copy on Amazon, or even easier, go to russhedge.com, buy book now. You'll find the tab there, and you can pick up a copy of that book. My first book, Befuddled, Live the Life You Choose, or the 4 anthologies I've written. So 6 books on there for you to choose from, including a workbook for the first book. So lots of options. Thank you so much for that. It'll really encourage and inspire you. I also would love it if you subscribe on YouTube. YouTube is an amazing place where you have all of this content in one compact area. All of our live streams, so many videos, great YouTube shorts. We do the marketing tip of the day every Monday and Thursday. YouTube shorts marketing tip of the day will be cut out separately and put there as well on social media. So you don't want to miss that. Even if you've heard it, it's just nice to have a reminder. It's a short little pick me up every day to help you out. And we do that on Mondays and Thursdays. So love for you to join. All you got to do is go to marketingwithruss.live. That's right. Make a slight adjustment as we're talking. There we go. Marketingwithruss.live. If you know the name of the show, guess what? You can get to my YouTube page. Super simple, super simple. And as I talked about before, I'd love if you would share this out, tag your friends, put the @ sign, tag the friends you want to tell Tara's on today, and get them coming, because you know what? Everybody's busy, and we need to let them know, wake them up. Hey, it's time to go. Here we go. So Thursday's here. I'm really excited. It is going to be a great rest of the week. And a week from today, I will be in Orlando, Florida at PodFest. And I'm super excited about supporting my good friends, D. Scott Smith and Mike Asherbrenner of the Hounds of Business. I will be supporting both of them, who are speaking at PodFest. And I'm going to make some amazing connections and people that I've known for years and new friends I'm just getting to know. It's going to be an amazing 4 days from next Thursday to Friday to Sunday. So good. So be praying that turns out to an awesome time for me and everybody there. Also, thank you so much, all of you, for your prayers. The new year started off great. So much better than last year. Started off last year in the hospital. So this could be not any better. I'm out and feeling good, and so thankful. All of you that have prayed for me during my cancer journey, thanks so much for that. You're such a blessing. So want to also tell you that here, we're going to get this up here so you can see it real quickly. We not only are sponsor supported, and thanks again to Extreme Graphics, Suzanne Bodlovic, Haugen's Gallery, and Showing Up Perspectives on Cancer, but we're also listener supported. We could not do this without you. So scan the QR code or go to the link in the comments. And we would love it if you would just engage today, and whatever you can do towards the production costs of the show is how we keep going. Thank you so much for all of you who support us. What a blessing. What a blessing. So thank you so much for that. So I am really excited for today. It's going to be a great day. And before we get going, like I always said, we do the marketing tip of the day. And today's marketing tip, in honor of my guest, is going to be a good one. These are little snippets that just help give you a little push in the right direction, give you a little bit of uplift for the day. You know what? We all need that. We just need the little reminders every day that help us with life and business and all that we do. So ready? All right, here we go. This is your marketing tip of the day. Have confidence in all you do. If you are a confident person and you are moving forward, sounding like you know what you're doing, and whatever you are doing, let me just tell you, you should know what you're doing. So be confident. Be confident. Use the goals, the abilities and talents that God has given you to be confident in all you do and move forward in a positive direction, encouraging, inspiring, and uplifting other people along the way, giving them value in your business, into their business. And I'm telling you, when you have confidence, you inspire others because you know what? Everybody has a little bit of self-doubt and lack of confidence at times. But you know what? Stand strong, believe in yourself. You know what? That's it. God has given you amazing abilities today. Believe in yourself, be confident, and you can do amazing things, the things that you were created to do. So today, have confidence in all you do, and that is your marketing tip of the day. All right, there we go. That'll get cut out separate, put on YouTube Shorts and social media. So please like and share that with everybody. We'd appreciate that. With that, we're going to get Tara in the room and get this party started. Morning, Tara.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Thanks for having me on today, Russ.
Oh, so blessed. So blessed. Thank you so much for being here today. And you know what? I am just really looking forward to all that you have to say today. But let's just start off with the basics.
Sure.
Who, Tara, and what in the world are you up to? Give us a little insight on you.
Well, my name's Tara LaFon Gooch. I'm the CEO of Best Branding Solutions. I'm also a TEDx speaker and coach and host of Grasp Confidence Podcast. And I'm the great creator of the GRASP method, which stands for Gratitude, Responsibility, Action, Sight, and Purpose. It's a simple 5-step framework that I use to transform my life, and I help other leaders do the same.
Well, that, I want to dive a little deeper into that, your whole platform that you're doing, because I love that. So, I know you help uplift people and make them more confident in all that they're doing, and you're just a real positive force. But talk a little bit more about that.
Absolutely. Well, at my lowest point, it was at a kind of this juxtaposition of, corporate America. Should I go into entrepreneurship? And I was at a low point. I was depressed. I was anxious. I was feeling lack of fulfillment. And I had a desire for more. I just didn't know what that was yet. And at the time I was, like I said, lacking fulfillment, purpose, but I felt drawn to something bigger. So I began a journey of self-discovery. I deepened my faith, deepened my purpose, and started aligning with what I call a calling. And my life began to change and transform in miraculous ways. And it really began with a foundation of gratitude, which is what the G is for, right? Gratitude. When I started developing a relationship with gratitude, and more than a daily practice, it became a relationship. My life really started to unfold, and my purpose really deepened and kind of exposed itself in an amazing way.
Well, I am all about that. In fact, I start every day with gratitude. And I am a firm believer that when you're thankful for all that God's given you, great things are going to happen because you've already got a good perspective on life, being grateful and thankful. And so, I think that not only is that really, really important, but it's important to develop habits around those kind of things, right? Because it's hard to, if you don't intentionally, purposefully do that, that it could be a struggle still.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And, we're talking about confidence. I teach how to build confidence through the GRASP method. Again, starting with gratitude. And what I realized as well, to your point in talking about faith, that when we practice gratitude, it's a continuous prayer. And it's a living prayer. And it helps you not only build confidence, but a sense of purpose, a sense of deeper fulfillment, deeper faith, deeper connection. And eventually, if you practice it enough, your life will change, your success changes, your confidence increases. So I like to say that gratitude is the foundation of confidence, but confidence is the foundation for all other success in life. Because as you know, as a marketing professional, if you can't communicate clearly, if you can't communicate with confidence, if you can't show up confidently, ultimately people won't understand why to do business with you, right? So confidence really signifies competence to another person. It's really important in business.
Well, I agree with that. You need to be confident in all that you do.
That's right.
And I think people see that right off the bat. when you come out and you're speaking. I watched your TED Talk, by the way, awesome job.
No.
And you come across very confident. You're firm in what you believe and all about what you're talking about. And I think honestly, if people are not confident in what they're saying, they probably need to evaluate what they're saying.
That's right.
Do you
Yeah,
agree?
I totally agree. You have to believe what you're saying. Just like you have to believe what product or service you're selling. You have to believe what you're communicating. And it needs to come from a lived experience. There's a saying in speaking, if you haven't lived it, don't speak it. So it comes from a place of lived experience because that makes you the authority on that topic, right? So it's so important that you have a firm belief in what you're presenting and also a firm belief in who you are. Really, at the end of the day, it comes down to belief systems and identity. And that is such a crucial part of not only marketing, but branding and speaking, but just showing up as the best version of who you are. It's so important.
Yeah. Well, and that's just it. I mean, you want to show the best of who you are because that is what your purpose all surrounds, is what you were really created to do. And when you come out with that and you feel confident, when people have asked me, hey, I do inspirational speaking all the time. They say, when you speak, do you get nervous? And I say, not really. And they said, are you kidding? I said, no, because it's all just me. I get excited. In fact, people fire me up and I just get excited because it's all what I am about. I'm not trying to portray anything that is not really me. And so it just comes flowing out of me. I have a presentation that I'm speaking from, but I could just wing it, believe me, because it's all just me. And so I think that's so important when people define what their true purpose is, what they're really all about, have confidence in that. That then propels them forward and makes them, so attractive to people because everybody, I think, is yearning for that, right? Yearning for that confidence and getting rid of the self-doubt and all the things that we all have at some point. I mean, I noticed how you started your TED Talk. Raise your hands. Have we all had these things? Absolutely. Imposter syndrome, self-doubt, limiting beliefs, all those things. Absolutely. All of us have. But that doesn't mean you have to stay there and stick with that. You can move beyond that, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And, we've all had these problems. And there was a point in my life when I just plain felt unconfident, unsure of myself in every kind of capacity. And I let continual cycles of self doubt keep me in a perpetual state of sameness. It got to the point where I was more tired of staying the same than I was fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of ridicule. And ultimately, that's what it is, right? You have to be tired of being in the same spot, being stuck, stagnant. Once you get to that point, the doubt starts to go away, the purpose starts to unveil itself, the gratitude starts to flow even more. And it's okay that you've had past experiences, that you've had things that you've done that you're not proud of. We all have. I could probably write a book about it, Russ, right? All the dumb things I've done. The
Yeah.
book would be like an anthology. I don't know, right?
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Talk about a book. It'd be like a doorstop. But it's okay. It doesn't make me less. It doesn't take away my identity. It doesn't change my competency. You have to change your mindset to believe that the past mistakes that you've had don't determine future outcomes. That's so important because they don't.
Yeah, no, that's just it. I think that sometimes positive changes in the way you're actually believing and look at things are vital because you change your thinking, you change your life. The way you look at things, the way you perceive things. My whole book, Life Happens and Then You Choose, is all about your perspective on life. If you do not have a good perspective, I would say wake up, change your perspective because you know what? It's up to you. Yes, my first book, Befuddled, Live the Life You Choose. People would say, I can't live the life I choose. I say, absolutely, you can.
Mhm.
Life happens to you, and then you choose every day. because yes, you cannot control what's happening to you, but you always get to choose your perspective, your mindset, and your actions and what you do with what's given to you. And that's the important thing. And that's how people move and become more confident, right?
Absolutely. It all starts with that. And that's where gratitude comes in. So, if anybody that's listening right now can relate to this, maybe there's some hikers here. Go ahead and, put in the chat if you like going out in nature and exploring new hiking trails, right? I know I do. My family does. I always take my dog with me. Well, sometimes we come across uh, a trail that hasn't really been used in a long time, right? There's sticks, there's twigs, there's rocks, there's spider webs everywhere. It's really hard to navigate. Or sometimes we go down a trail that is well worn and we're familiar with it. There's little debris getting in our way. We can run, it's wider, it's open. Gratitude can help us rewire neural pathways. So, when we're going down an unfamiliar trail, though, right? So, if gratitude is something that's new for you, it's going to feel like the first trail. It's going to get hard to go through because you're not used to it yet. But with continual practice and with continual mindset reframes, right? Because our brains have this amazing ability to change. We can practice gratitude, and all of a sudden it's going to start to feel like that well-worn trail. And we're going to be familiar with it. It's a lot easier to walk down that path, right? So it's all about what we continually practice that can change our brains, change our minds, right? So this is something that's really important. That's why I start with gratitude as the foundation, because you have to change your mindset first. You have to change your brain. Our brains are they have neuroplasticity. They're capable of rewiring themselves. Gratitude is free. It's available to every single person right now listening to this episode. You can do it today. And that's why in my TEDx talk, I teach the 3 foundational layers of gratitude. Gratitude for the person that you were, gratitude for the person that you are, and gratitude for the person that you are becoming. It's an embodiment. And we know this with manifestation. If you pair a goal, i.e., I want to become a very confident person, I want to become a successful person, with an emotion, i.e., gratitude, you get a really fast delivery. And that's what I teach.
Man, I tell you, I love what you're talking about because the whole rewiring of the brain
Yes.
is something that people don't realize. You have more control over your life than you realize because God, the way God created you, if you are thinking about certain things all the time, your brain will rewire it to focus on those things. Thus comes the reticular activator in our brain.
Yeah.
Everybody knows when you buy a red Mustang, the next day you go out, everybody has a red Mustang. You're like, what in the world? Everybody bought a red Mustang. No, they've all been there. Your brain just suddenly is looking for red Mustangs because you have one. It's what happens. And if you are looking for positive and encouraging and uplifting and, forward thinking people, your brain's going to wire it to look for that. So you have control over going positive, going negative, all that you're doing. And I just love that, Tara. That's just so critical. So let's just talk practicality. Someone says, okay, yeah. Positive brain wiring, all that kind of stuff. What are you going to do for me? I call you and say, I need help. I'm really confused. Life's not going good. Business isn't going good. Where do we start?
Where do we start? What are your goals, right? What are your goals? I think a lot of people don't have clarity on their goals. They're upset with where they are now, but they don't know where they want to be. So going back to your reticular activating system, big fan of neuroscience as well. The reticular activating system scans for the familiar. So Bob Proctor has something that he teaches, writing down 10 goals for 21 days. Why 21 days? Well, 21 days is at the point where we form the habit, right? So you write down your goals, get granular with them for 21 days. I like to do it before I go to bed at night. So get really clear about where you want to go, what your goals are. Write them down, put hand to the pen and pen to paper and write them down and write them in present terms. Again, if we're thinking about it's not coming from a position of lack or scarcity or need. It's coming from a position of current possession. So I have gratitude that I am this. I'm a New York Times bestselling author. I sold 1.1 million books in the first 30 days, whatever it is. Write it in present tense and express gratitude for it. But the second part of that is equally as important because gratitude without personal responsibility and action is like building a castle made on sand. You have to
Right.
take personal responsibility and implement action. And I feel like a lot of people are missing some of one or more of those elements. It's really important to rewire our brains. It's really important to grow our mindset. It's equally as important to take action on the thing we want and be responsible for every choice that we make in life.
Oh my goodness. I love that. And Bob Proctor, what a huge loss to the world.
Yeah.
You know what? I mean, what an amazing person. I have a really, really close friend that was in Bob Proctor's inner circle and would meet with him personally for for years. And I really look up to all the things that he was about. You're right. Really going beyond your limiting beliefs, going beyond these things that really hold us back, because we are the number one thing that holds us back so often, right? We're the number one thing that limits the things that we're able to do. Talk a little bit more about that.
We self-exclude all the time. And we do it and we say, I'm not a good speaker, so I'm not going to join this podcast. There was a time you reached out to me. We had never met before. And you said, I want you to be on my show. I could have had limiting beliefs and self-doubt and said, you know what? I don't know about this. I'm not sure. I don't know what this is all about. Maybe I'm not a great speaker. Maybe I don't know what to talk about. And I would have fulfilled that prophecy and it would have been right? Or I could say, you know what? I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to step outside of my comfort zone, try something new. And, if it works, great. If it doesn't, that's fine. It doesn't matter. I think we attach to the outcome so much that it keeps us in a position of like constant control. But that's not freedom. That's just management, constant management. So I think, it's really important to step outside of your comfort zone, do things that, you think maybe you're not sure of or can't do. Because there was a point when I was terrified of public speaking in any form. My first podcast ever was 2022. I have not been doing this for 20 years, right?
Wow.
Yeah, 2022. I had never done even a video online at all, a short or anything. I barely even posted a picture until 2022.
Yeah. Well, I think that there are so many things that we are feeling so unconfident in and really unworthy of. And I think we need to realize that they're all lies, because
All of
we
them.
are self-limiting ourselves. Like you said, we are holding ourselves back. There's so many things that are happening in our life that are making us say, oh, I can't do that. I'm not good at that. You know what? When I started live streaming, I had no idea. I just
Right.
did it. I
Yep.
just did it and learned as I go, because you know what? Life is the best teacher. And you know what I found? People have a whole lot of grace right now because of my cancer journey. In a room of people, I cannot hear much at all. I've lost most of my hearing. And so I'm down to like 20% of understanding what's going on. But you know what? That doesn't stop me. I go in, I love being around people. I just explain to people when I'm talking to them my circumstance, and people are very graceful and really work with me for me to understand. They don't say, oh, that's silly. Well, I can't talk to you. You're no good. That's horrible. No, they say, oh, no problem at all. Knowing, hey, we've all got our issues, right? We all got problems. So they are willing to be graceful. And it's that way with everything. Because when you speak in front of people people's number one fear is speaking in front of people. I'm telling you. I went to college with people and I was a speech communication major and I didn't mind speaking at all, but people waited till their very last term in college to take their one speech class because they were so freaked out by having to get up and speak to people. And I'm like, you know what? It's not that big of a deal. Everybody gets a little bit nervous. Just get up there and do it. Right. So I think that it's just a matter of pushing forward. So, all right. I'm loving this. I love this conversation, but guess what? The show's already over. So I need to have you, I need to have you give us your gold nugget of today, which is what you really want people to remember from our conversation, and then let everybody know how they get in touch with you.
I love that. Gold nugget of today. If someone else has done it, you can too. You can
Amen.
too. You're made in the image of God. There's nothing that you can't do, and there's no one excluding you. So watch in life for moments of opportunity. Don't walk around with blinders on, because opportunities are coming at us faster than we can think. It's about activating our mind, rewiring our brain so that when those opportunities come to us, we see them, we recognize them, we identify them, we capture them. Because they are coming to us. You are created for more with a purpose for a purpose. And the world is truly your oyster. You can do anything you put your mind to.
Yep, absolutely.
Yes, I love it. I just love this stuff, right? I love empowering other people.
Well, I could tell you love it. And we're going to have a follow-up because you love it so much. We could keep talking for hours. So I appreciate you so much and all that you're about. I'm so thankful for you today. So much value for everybody out there. Listen, everyone, I know people are busy today, and I know that didn't have my normal help in the background with my wonderful, amazing teammate today. So maybe not reached out to quite as many people. So share this out with your friends. Let Tara know, or let people know that Tara was on. And we definitely want to get the word out because you know what? You can all watch on replay, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook. Please do that today. Get that out to everybody. Also, remember it converts to audio podcast. So any of the major audio podcast platforms, please share this out. And Tara, I know you're going to share it out with your friends. So appreciate that so much. It has just been an amazing conversation. And I'm just so grateful. So I'm going to say goodbye to you on screen, but hang tight in the green room. We'll talk after.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Russ.
All right. You're a blessing. See you in a moment. All right, everybody. Oh my goodness. What an amazing conversation. We are on the same wavelength as far as what we believe and just love that so much and love everybody who has been here today and all of you sharing this out today. Thank you so much. What a blessing you are. Just want to remind you today that we are listener supported. If you're out there, if you want to be a sponsor, that's great. Or you could just be a listener supporter. Scan the QR code or the link in the comments. Any amount you want to give. Appreciate so much our sponsors today. Talked about that already. That is Extreme Graphics, Suzanne Bodlovic, and Haugen's Gallery, and Showing Up Perspectives on Cancer. So many amazing sponsors that we have that allow us to do this with you every week. And so thankful for that. Also, just want to remind you that you can still, like I said, you can still share this out. Let people know. Tag your friends. If you're watching on replay, please put hashtag Team Replay. Let us know what you're doing. And I would really appreciate that. Remember, you can scan, or you can go to, put the wrong thing up there. You can go to Amazon, or you can go, or any online bookseller, really, or you can go to russhedge.com to get my book today, or any of my books. Would appreciate that. It's going to encourage you and obviously help me promote my book. And I appreciate that. So there's so many great things going on. Appreciate this wonderful community. Thank you for being there. Thank you for being my friends. And I appreciate y'all. So again, let's see here, taking one last look, and appreciate you, Joseph and Royce, and Bobby G, and so many great people out there that support me every day. Appreciate y'all. So Until next time, remember we're here every Monday and Thursday, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for your viewing and listening pleasure. And until next time, praying you have a great and amazing week. All right. See you, everybody. Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining us for this week's episode of Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie. Be sure to subscribe in your favorite podcast app so that you don't miss a single episode. Have an amazing day.